Say his name.
Kade Lewin.
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 And for the last time, say his name.
Kade Lewin.
I just want to thank you on behalf of Suzzette and for your presence here. There is no greater support than support by presence. And your presence here on this day is one that she will forever treasure. As we know, 12 months ago on this day, tragedy hit 56th and Linden when a young 12-year-old Kade Ashton Tyler Lewin lost his life to senseless gun violence. 12 months later, we are back at the very same spot. And we are here to memorialize him. We are here to celebrate him. We are here to honor him. If we recall, just to my right, above my head, the street was named the Kade Ashton Tyler Lewin Way. We also are so grateful that we can celebrate life. And we remember Jenna at this time, who has survived this travesty that took place a year ago. Still traumatized by this, but we are so grateful that she's alive. And we have our my beautiful pumpkin. She's now my daughter, who was also a survivor as well, and who never forgets her cousin. And as I told Suzzette a year ago, and we made the commitment that we will never forget the name Kade Ashton Tyler Lewin. Thank you so much to the various organizations that are here, to the electeds who are here. I want to acknowledge the presence of our public advocate, Jumani Williams, who is here. I want to recognize and thank the Mothers for Safe Cities, led by Natasha Christopher, and other mothers and fathers who have lost their children to gun violence, who are standing here with Suzzette.
And I cannot be more tired than the mothers who are experiencing the pain. What I hope the media understands and will portray is how much we love our children, how much we love our community, and how much this gun violence is taking away from this community. How much this gun violence is killing our community. And we really, really want it to stop. And so many people have been pleading for such a long time, but we're not getting the resources and responses that we need so that we can come to corners like this to celebrate graduations and birthdays, but not shooting deaths. It's very important, and I hope and pray that not just this mother, but other mothers get the justice that's deserved for the loss that was given. But we can't confuse the justice that's deserved with preventing it from another mother from going through it. Those are two different conversations. And the prevention is where we're lacking the most. And so I'm pleading in the name of Kade Lewin, by all reports, was an awesome child.
Good evening, everyone. So we have in the Mothers for Safe City, I'm a father obviously, but we have a running joke that none of us want to be part of this club.
Yes.
We're glad it exists, but we wish we hadn't met each other for the reasons we met. And so, we want to stand with Suzzette. I mean, I lost my 19-year-old son, but 12? I mean, how do you bury a 12-year-old? So, I give you all the strength that I have to give you to make it through this. I'm very happy that his name will be remembered forever. As people drive by here, hopefully they'll be inspired to figure out exactly how to solve this problem.
Yes.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Natasha Christopher, and as Pastor Hines said, he says I'm the lead for Mothers for Safe City, but I don't ever say I'm the lead. I'm one of the leads. This is not an I thing, this is a we thing. And I have beside me standing here Pamela Hyde. She's also a part of Mothers for Safe City. She also lost 2 children, one to stabbing and one to gun violence, right? I remember when I got the call about Suzzette, and just like Roy said, I was like, I wish I would never have to pick my phone up to make that phone call, because I know what that pain feels like, right? And Pastor Hines kept saying to me, please call her. And I was like, please, just give her a minute to breathe, because so many people are in her face and she just needs to breathe. And, I tell her all the time when I call her, there's nothing that I can say to Suzzette that is going to ever make her feel better about losing Kade. But the one thing I want people to know, she's standing here looking beautiful, and I tell her that all the time.
Yeah.
But this is her mask.
Yes.
This pain in here is so real. When the silence comes at night, when everybody is gone, we are left with the painful effect of gun violence, right? Gun violence destroyed my life, but I thank God I'm still standing. I buried a 14-year-old son, Akil Christopher, 10 years ago to gun violence, and his case still goes unsolved. So we're asking the Brooklyn DA, we're asking all these detectives to please give us some answer. Solve Kade's case. Solve all the mothers' case in my group who has unsolved cases. We deserve that.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me here. I'm sad to be here. It's a year has gone and we have lost Kade, and our hearts are still broken. But over the course of that year, we've had time to reflect and to think about how much he's given us. His caring and generous nature has left an indelible mark upon us, and we remember him every day in the halls of BC. We love him. This year, he should have been worried about what he was going to be wearing to graduation, not that we'd be memorializing him here. And so our hearts are with the family, especially Suzzette and his godmother Ophelia, who've really taught us and showed us what love and advocacy really is.
Good night, family. I just ran here from Albany because I had to be here tonight. I'm going to leave from here and go right back, but I could not miss this. I had to stand here with my sister. I'm sorry you met under these circumstances, but I love you. And I just continue to pray for your steps. God order your steps, your words, your courage. Just keep on giving you strength, because through all of this, you have been such a pillar and a foundation in our community, making sure the kids in the community still feel the love. First day of school, you're giving school supplies. You're welcoming Kade's friends. You're doing stuff that nobody will even think that you will have the strength to do. And thank you to our mothers who's right over here. That's part of a group no one wants to be a part of. But we are here supporting you. We are here with the kids, the family, our community. This is our son. This is our community son. And we got to do whatever we can to unite as a community. Because as a human, we just have to love each other, love on each other, love on your kids, even other people's kids, your neighbor's kids. Don't wait till it comes to your door. We need to do it what we got to do now, proactively. So I just say, as your New York State Assemblywoman, I stood here not as your Assemblywoman before, but as just a community member, a mother for, a neighbor, that I love you, and I will continue working together to reduce gun violence and be proactive in our approach. We're uniting as a community, so not another child.
That's right.
And we do this for Kade and so many kids like him. So Mom, I love you. Suzzette's one of my best friends.
Suzzette, Mama Suzzette. Before we met, we were supporting Mama Suzzette. That night, I'll never forget it because it was a very rainy night. It makes my job, which is very tough in gun violence prevention, in community organizing, it's a fairly tough job. Most people won't tell you that. It's a tough job. But my job seems real easy when I have strength from moms and families who have lost their children to gun violence and see them every single day step up and live their lives and uplift community members.
That one aspect of grief is always being able to stop and pause for a moment, to reflect and to remember, to process, to not allow your pain to just fall by the wayside, but to acknowledge that it hurts and then turn that pain into purpose. But again, I will say, I hope nobody else has to suffer pain in order for their purpose to be clearly defined.
But Kade is still here, and you and in all of us. Because it is his heart and his compassion that we must continue to lead with, that we must continue to travel on in this community to make a difference. When I think about how everyone has shared how strong you have been, Suzzette, carrying the pain and the burden that no other mother should have, a couple things come to mind. One, you're a Jamaican woman, so you must be strong. But also, there's nothing more strong than a mother.
But they are our present, that they are our now, and so we need to do everything in our power to protect our children.
And I'm just asking the government, the people in charge, get the guns off the street.
Yes.
Just get the guns off the street. Get the drugs out of our communities. Bring back our community. Because that's the only way we'll see our children walking across for the diploma. If we don't protect them, how are they going to graduate? We have to protect our children. Because they are the future. So we have to protect them. So I'm just asking you all, if you know a gunman, get him gun, turn it in.
Long live!
Long live!
Kade!
Kade!
Long live!
Long live!
Kade!
Kade!
Long live!
Long live!
Kade!
Kade!
You see, it's the community that's going to put an end to gun violence.
Yes.
When we're looking for a savior, and we should, but when you're looking for your leader, you should look in the mirror every day. That's the leader that you're looking for. So if there's going to be any change in this area, it's going to take every single one of us to make that change. We have to make it safe for our children. We have to make it safe for our women and for our elders. We have to make it safe for everybody in this neighborhood.
Suzzette is a well-known businesswoman of this community.
Yes.
Okay, and she has been for many, many years. From the top of Church Avenue, come straight down. The smallest child on Church Avenue knows Suzzette, the hairdresser. Yes. All right, so I know it's been a trying year without Kade. Kade is definitely missed. He's still loved. Thanksgiving, Christmas, I know it wasn't easy. We rallied together. We hung out, we did things, but we never forgot Kade. So just as we have not forgotten Kade throughout the year, he will always be remembered. He's going to remain in our hearts, okay? The love would never die. And I'm just praying that pretty soon justice will be served. Because again, no mother should have to bury their child.
Those who knew him continue to spread his name and talk about him. Let those who never met him feel as if they have met him, because they'll have heard so much about him. And let his life not go in vain. And this can be done when everyone takes responsibility for what he or she must do to create the change in our communities. When you drive past this spot, if you look up, you will see not just 56 and Linden Boulevard, but you will see the Kade Ashton Tyler Lewin Way. It's a very long word. And so at the stoplight, it's 20 turns red, stop and look at it. And never forget this name. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
Honestly, I was so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed with the crowd, the people, the love. I got more energy than I ever have. And I thank each and every one for the support, who comes out. Believe you me, I love it. Thank you all.
Pastor Edward Richard Hines, President of the 6th Precinct Clergy Council, the God Squad. Tonight, on March 31st, we gathered on 56 and Linden to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the fatal shooting of Kade Ashton Tyler Lewin. And I use the word celebrate because despite his life being lost to gun violence, we celebrate him for who he was and for who he is, and that his name will forever live on, and his name will be synonymous with the change that we are looking forward to having in our communities. I'm encouraged by Suzzette's strength Suzette is stronger than even she believes she is. And that strength, that smile that emanated tonight, despite the pain that is in her heart, it just shows the power of community, the power of family, the power of persons coming together and providing support, but support by presence. Nothing beats presence, and that for her, I'm very sure, motivated her and encouraged her this evening. This evening we had our public advocate, Jermani Williams. We had our assembly member, Monique Chandler Waterman for AD 58. We had our gun violence czar, at A.T. Mitchell. We had various cure violence groups and community-based organizations, East Flatbush Village, CAVI, Man Up, BTM Drum. They were here, and of course the God Squad Clergy, here to stand in solidarity. Anniversaries are very important for several reasons. Anniversaries are important for reflection. Anniversaries are important for recollection. And I believe that in this time that we did say a year ago that his name will never be forgotten, that here a year later we can gather together to reflect on his life, but also reflect on our lives and the children who are here tonight, and reflect on our communities. And after we reflect, if we can reimagine what our communities can be like without violence, and if we can do that, and we have the faith to believe it can be done and the hope that it will happen, then we can do what we need to do to effect change in our community.
I am New York State Assemblywoman Monique Chandler Waterman. I am here at the one-year anniversary of our beloved son, our community son, Kade Lewin, unfortunately, who was murdered, gunned down right here at this corner on 56 and Linden on March 31st of last year. So we are here to support the family, memorialize him, talk about the good thoughts and memories of him, and just making sure that we unite as a community, show love, and that we don't want this to happen to another child, and working towards reducing gun violence as a community effort.
We love him and we miss him.
And we want justice for Kade. They take him away from us innocently. We want justice.
So I wanted to come out tonight to support our sister Suzzette. You know, it is an important event. It's only been a year since she's lost her son, and so right now we want to give her all of the strength that we have to muster. She's got a very brave face on, but you know, the pain inside, I don't have to imagine, I understand it. You know, and so that's why we're here. We're here to hold her up so that she can smile on the outside while we hold her inside and keep her safe.
It's a lot of pain, you know, for a family. No one was caught. You know, I had a tragedy also some years, like 1988. I had a sister that was killed, raped, robbed, and killed, and no one was caught for that. So that's something, you know, the family will live with forever. You know, a lot of, you know, you want justice, you know, and, you know, that you're looking at it as from a conscious aspect. You know, how do that person's conscience rest? How do they get good rest at night?
My name is Eric Waterman, Executive Director and Co-Founder of East Flatbush Village Inc. Youth and Community Development Organization with the primary focus of preventing gun violence and gang violence in the community. We've been doing this for over 15 years and proud to say that we're still continuing to do that. Sad to say that we have to do it in our community as a result of another life lost. We're here today assembling around and supporting Suzzette, who's the mother of Kade Lewin. We're here on the corner in which he lost his life a year ago. Suzette's strength is representative of this community. It's unfortunately she has to dig that deep as a mom to have the strength to be able to operate every single day, knowing the fact that she lost her son to gun violence. But we're here to support her, uplift her, encourage her, and just be a support for her as she grieves, but more importantly, as the community also grieves, as we lost a son at East Flatbush.
My name is Pamela Height, and coming out here to be side by Suzzette is a blessing. I mean, we met on the occasion of our sons being killed, but at that same time, to put a smile on her face, letting her know that she's not alone.
But as Suzzette said, it feels good to see others here, that almost the same group of people, almost the same amount of love and support that came out last year when this tragedy happened, showed up again to show Suzzette and her family and her loved ones that we're still here. And it's something I mentioned that, you know, we still don't know what words to say to give her the comfort or her family for a loved one that is lost, someone so young and with so much hope. But if anything we could do, we can show up. And that's why I'm here, and I know everybody else is here just to show up today for the family.
How did it feel to be back here 1 year later? It's a very interesting feeling that I have because a year ago today, my heart was broken when we heard of the tragedy that happened on this corner that involved those 3 individuals, innocent individuals in that car, and the loss, of course, of 12-year-old Kade. My heart was broken, and today is still not completely healed. I'm more encouraged, though, that I see the community come together because of what unfortunately took place. Suzzette is a mother that I honestly, to be frank with you, when I look into her eyes, I still see her grief. But I also am so inspired by her strength. So many mothers, and to be quite frankly, and as I always talk about, so many fathers as well. I remember being on the phone with the dad when he's actually from WhatsApp, and he was in Jamaica. And we had a conversation a year ago today. And to see parents who have lost such great loss commit themselves, because I've seen Suzzette and others, not just from that day, but they got involved. You know, I see other fathers from this community who lost their loved ones, they're getting involved. And to me, that shows a great deal of perseverance. It shows a great deal of strength and resilience. But fortunately, their loss has also lent to their gain because they can now talk to other community members and other parents and other family members to hopefully prevent again.
Hi, my name is Andrine, and I'm here to support Suzzette. And, you know, it's been such a tragedy to see what's been going on in her life and anyone's life for a mother to bury their child. And we just here to support her and show love and just be here and pray that somehow, I don't even know how you move on from this, but it's sad.
Good evening, Andrea, longtime client of Suzzette. I was there from the pregnancy and before. Kade was a beautiful, beautiful little boy, and we all loved Kade. I sigh every time. I can't take him out of my memory. He's there every day. He and my son got along well. My son is actually a look-alike for Kade, and Kade was just so sweet. He was a manageable little boy. He was just wonderful, a joy from baby till the time of his passing. He was a beautiful child.
I'm Michael. I'm Kade's stepdad, and you know, I mean, we're still, it's like Kade is gone, but yeah, he's still with all of us here. You know, I'm coming all the way from Florida to celebrate, you know, this 1 year memorial, and we still remember him and can't forget him. You know, he's always up and about. Yeah, so, you know, it's sad, but at the same time, you know, we still got to celebrate his life. Don't let that fool you, you know. I mean, yeah, it's just that she's strong. That's just it. She's just strong, and she believes in her God, and she believes in God, so that's what's carrying her. Every day, every minute of the day. For me, I don't know how she does it or how she gets through a day, because she's always thinking about him, always, you know. It's just that she has her moments where if you look around the corner and you see her, you know, where she's breaking down, but she believes in God and God's carrying her. So, yeah, we give thanks for that.